Alright, hello everyone, my name is Seitsan. Welcome to the third episode of my Cassette Beasts playthrough here on YouTube. Today we're gonna do a little bit of world exploration, some puzzle solving, getting maybe some side quests done. We'll see what we will have in store for us today. Without further ado, let's jump into it. And right off the bat for this episode we get the third rumor from this guy, which means we are able to complete the rumor mission now because we have collected 3 out of 3 rumors, and we also get this new side quest out of this rumor as well, which apparently is also something we encountered in the last episode, that it's a rumor about some monster lurking in some area where we can go and probably capture it, I suppose. I still am not 100% sure about these monster rumors, but I'm still making a guess that that's what this means basically. For today's first objective, I decided I want to go check out this side quest called A Little Inspiration, where we need to find this cave and check out what has happened to some merchant there. So without further ado, we'll just start exploring our way into the area and see what we can find there. On our way we find this guy telling us about a fast travel mechanic that is apparently available in the game, but I still wasn't able to find any fast travel options with the instructions the guy told me. I can't see anything here in the map, for example, that I can just fast travel to. So maybe I just haven't still unlocked any of those fast travel points yet. Anyway, let's move on. Arrived to the area where the marker is shown on the map, and here I find this little structure which looks like it could be the cavern. But I'm not sure how to find my way inside there. Apparently it's some kind of puzzle that I need to solve. Also, this is the first time I encounter actually other people in the wild here that actually wants to fight me, like some Pokémon trainers want to fight in Pokémon. So this is also something very interesting to see, that we have all these kind of, I guess you could call monster trainers that you can fight out here in the wild. And they also might have sometimes have multiple monsters, or cassettes I guess you would say, with them, so it means if you just take out the one monster from their team, the fight is not necessarily always over, but the fight might still continue on. I think this guy though, who we fight now here, only has this one cassette, so we can easily just kinda win the fight with 2 of our own monsters here and then be able to move on. I'll explore around the map a little bit, trying to, you know, see the lands, I guess you could say, and see if I'm missing something about this puzzle that I am not able to figure out at the moment. After beating this another monster or cassette trainer or whatever you want to call these guys, I do find actually something interesting that can help me solve the puzzle. We also got some new moves to our monsters, that's all good. Here we have actually a rock that we can actually move around. I also found 3 other rocks earlier, and I can put them on top of these things here, and then we can ourselves stand on top of the last one, and that will open us the pathway to move forward, and we can now find our way into this cavern that we can now explore through and see what we can find here. After running around a while, we do end up finding the merchant, way up there stuck and in danger, with some of these monsters attempting, I guess, to attack him. Now we just need to figure out how do we get up there to save him. And the answer to our problem lies right here. We can glide into this separate section of the area and find ourselves this green button we can stand on and activate this kind of a staircase. I guess you could say that we can platform our way up to face these monsters and help the merchant. This fight will be a little bit surprising and interesting to see, so let's go check out how it goes. So right off the bat we notice that the monsters actually fuse together. This is what the rangers call a rogue fusion. So besides ourselves fusing with our partners, the enemies can of course fuse as well apparently, which creates much stronger enemy that we have to try to beat. Also, besides this fusion, we also have another, like a normal enemy against us here. And this fight, as said, is a little bit more harder than I maybe originally anticipated. I start with my sheep and my snake guy here, and you know, just try to do some poison damage against the fusion monster. Well, actually, I was trying to attack the other monster, but apparently for some reason, I guess that's the intended mechanic, that the fusion must be taken out first before we can take out the other guy. Also boost up the attack of my sheep before deciding to go for the attack. And here again, I didn't notice in the previous turn that I actually cannot attack the other monster, yet I have to destroy the fusion first. So I try to attack the weaker, or what I at least assume is a weaker enemy. As you can see, the fusion hits really hard. And here, as said again, the fusion takes all the damage first. We cannot attack the other guy yet. Also, I unfortunately missed my attack with my sheep, so that's a little bit, unfortunate to see. I also have this new bite move with my guy, but I don't have enough action points to use it this turn. Because it's kind of nice, this attack, this bite move, because I can recover some HP if I use it. So here I'm kind of wondering that, yeah, it's a little bit a tough looking situation. I have these healing items here that can help me heal up my sheep a little bit. And apparently the enemies do like to concentrate on attacking my sheep at the moment, so I take this kind of a chance to try to attack with my sheep. Also, one other problem that happened is because I poisoned the fusion. It was actually, I think it was called metal type or steel type, or what it was called. If I attack with the poison attacks against it, it will actually get this status that will actually inflict damage back to me whenever I attack against it. So that got my snake pretty easily taken out. So I switch in this siren type of monster, and we'll try to, make a do with these two. Here I just I'm thinking about again my choices. What should I do here? Because the fusion still has plenty of HP left, but then I remember that this siren guy actually has the AoE attack, which might help me out here, because I can deal damage against both enemies at once. Here I go for the bite to see that yes, I can recover HP, but honestly the recovery there was not that big of a deal in the end. The siren monster I have, sorry I forgot the name of these monsters, so I can't call them by the real name, but siren monster barely lives, which is I guess good. I don't know will I get any hit through with it anymore, but I will at least try. And also just gonna keep on attacking with the sheep for the time being. After giving a little bit of thought though first, I decided that I will just heal up the siren monster because the enemy tries to take it out here. So actually, in the end, fusion ends up going down with the poison. And now the fusion just kind of broke, and the monsters that were fused together are just now flinched, which means they can't attack immediately in this turn. Which gives us a little bit of chance to attack back. And next, again thinking about my next move here, deciding to heal again a little bit, heal up the sheep, and with the siren monster I decided to go with the AoE attack because again it can attack all the enemies at once, so it's pretty nice. We can actually take two of them out. Now we only have one normal enemy to beat, so it was a little bit tough fight, but now we are getting the hang of it and getting the upper hand, I guess you could say. So missed one more attack again, unfortunately. I did the evasion up with the siren here just to make sure that if the enemy tries to attack it, it can actually evade the rest of the enemy moves. And here we take a little bit of attacks, then we get the battering ram in. That's a good damage against this thing. And then we do another sonic boom, and that will finish up the fight, and we actually end up winning. So yeah, it was definitely a tough fight, but we still got it done. Got some little loot out of that, and yeah, we were able to save the merchant. Alright, so we got the quest completed. Merchant returns to town and asks us to actually meet him there. He probably has some kind of reward in store for us or something like that. But yeah, got that done now completed, and we can focus on to see what else we would want to do and what would be our next objective. I decided to go explore a little bit further, and we actually do find one of these warehouses again that we faced in the previous episode, where we originally went with the Eugene in the first time to party up and take out these landlords or whatever they were actually called. But we had this one guy here kind of guarding the warehouse, so we you know, start fight and attempt to take him out kind of quickly. But the problem is I cannot actually go to this warehouse through just the front door. We actually have to go, I think we have to go to all of the warehouses in the same way as we did with the first one. We have to find a way to the roof of the warehouse and go then through the rooftop. There was that hatch or whatever you wanna call it up top. And I guess I still assume that the key that we got from the Eugene in the previous episode will work to all of these rooftop hatches of these warehouses. But yeah, we take out this guy and then we try to see if we can find our way up to the rooftop. After running around a bit though, I'm starting to feel like I am not sure how can I find my way up there. So I decided to just kind of start to move on and explore a little bit further around the world and see if there's anything interesting I could find. Just, you know, not having any specific objective. Just gonna, you know, run around a little bit, see if I can find some magical way to the rooftop somehow. But if not, then I'll just, you know, have some exploration done and be happy with that. While resting at the bonfire, I actually get an interesting tutorial tip from the game. It says remastering, and this apparently is something similar to what happens to Pokémon when they evolve. We unlock a new form, kind of a stronger form to our cassettes here. And we can see that our sheep and a snake guy both apparently have this remaster option available for them. So I will choose the one for the sheep, and it actually gives me two different options. So I guess this sheep has a branching evolution, I guess you could say. And depending on which option I choose here, it will change the type accordingly. So I chose the first option there, and my sheep turned into this thing called, wait, what is it called? Wollergeist? I don't know how to pronounce it. And it also changed its typing. We can also remaster the snake here, and it will, to anyone's surprise, grow into a bigger snake. But I mean, it's still pretty cool. We get a little bit upgrade to our team with hopefully a bit stronger monsters now that we can use. And it's also interesting that the sheep changed its type, and I think the new typing it had is now called like astral or something like that. So yeah, that's all pretty good stuff. I go immediately put out my new sheep guy to test and take out this old man I find in the wilderness. And yeah, looks like it was a pretty good power up to remaster my sheep into this new form. So I'm pretty happy to see this new form unlocked. But pretty much that's going to be all for this episode. We got that side quest done, did a little bit of exploring. Next time we're gonna try to, you know, pick up a new objective to do and go from there and see what the game is gonna throw our way in the next time then. Thank you for watching this episode of my Cassette Beasts playthrough. If you enjoyed this part, remember to like the video, comment down any thoughts you might have below in the comment field about the game, or if you have any other comments in mind, let me know. Of course, if you're new viewer here, remember to subscribe to support the channel. And as always, I will see you all with the future videos. For now, it's bye bye.